Jason Nathanson joins us live. I believe he's still standing out on that soggy red carpet in Hollywood from ABC News. Hey, Jason, good morning.
Good morning. Can we just listen to John Travolta pronouncing that name?
Absolutely. 23A there, Mike McKay. You got it, 23A. Check this out. Here's John Travolta just butchering Idina Menzel.
What?
What was that again?
He also sort of does a fake Arabian accent or something there, Jason Nathanson.
I'm going to make that my ringtone, I think. That was got to be one of my highlights of last night. Absolutely, 100%. And then I saw him walking out. I saw him taking a picture with a fan. I didn't have the heart to do anything or say anything to him. I just kind of let it go. But I wanted to heckle him. I really did.
But, Jason, considering that was one of the highlights of the evening and certainly something that got a lot of buzz, what does that say about the evening? Was the rest of it kind of just sort of vanilla and forgettable?
You know, I didn't think it was as bad as the Hollywood Reporter headline, which is Ellen flops in long, boring, self-involved show.
Wow.
Backstage, I didn't really. It's tough for us backstage because we're so busy and we're talking to stations, we're doing all this stuff that we really don't get a chance to watch the show like you guys at home get to sit there and watch the show. So I, dip in every now and then, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was strange that Ellen starts the show. She goes right into the jokes. There's no pre-produced segment that there usually is. Some whiz bang wow, like Billy Crystal puts himself in every movie of the year or something like that. We didn't have any of that. It was a standard kind of monologue, but I thought it was funny. And then, the problem I saw with the show is I'm looking at the rundown right now. So we start off with Best Supporting Actor, and then that's the first one given out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have to wait another 11 awards till we get to another acting
right.
one that was given out. That's a big problem right there. We have another half of the show before we get to Best Supporting Actress, and then we have to wait another 7 or 8 before we get to Best Director and the Best Actor. That's what makes the show drag on when we're looking at Best Live Action Short Film, Best Documentary Short Subject, which most of the country just hasn't seen and doesn't care about.
Well, and look, the Best Picture was 12 Years a Slave. And I would venture to say a very small percentage of the American public has actually seen this movie.
Well, it's made about $50-something million, so it's not a huge blockbuster along the lines of Gravity. That's absolutely for sure. But, people have seen it more than, say, some of the other movies like The Artist in the past couple of years, or Hurt Locker, which made like $17 million. So it's a little bigger than some of those, but is it a blockbuster? Absolutely not.
Jason, speaking of some of the other movies that people saw but didn't get awarded, I was surprised that Wolf of Wall Street was completely shut out, and American Hustle, which got so many nominations, they didn't get a one statuette.
And that was interesting, but I think not surprising in the end because those movies just didn't hold up to something like Gravity, which won 7 awards, or Dallas Buyers Club, or 12 Years a Slave. Those were just really, when it came down to it, the better movies. I think a lot of people were surprised at just how well American Hustle really did. Sure, it got a lot of acting awards, but that was about it. And before the Academy Awards, those movies weren't really winning a whole lot of other awards in other places. Jennifer Lawrence won, here and there, but nothing really significant.
Were there any gaffes throughout the evening besides John Travolta's mispronunciation?
During the actual awards, I don't know. I thought there were some good moments when Ellen ordered pizza for everybody. I thought that was kind of funny when she took the big selfie, which was retweeted more than 1 million times. I thought that was kind of fresh and new and innovative. I was kind of a fan of hers throughout the rest of the show. Yeah, no, nothing big. It was just kind of a typical show, and everything what you expected to happen happened. I mean, there was nothing surprising.
Yeah, Ellen did bring out a cheese pizza for everybody because they were getting a little hungry there. But as if those Hollywood actors eat any carbs. I mean, come on.
Right, exactly. But there's a great picture, I think, of Brad Pitt just wolfing it down. I mean, he's going down. Like Angelina Jolie doesn't let him eat near pizza.
You understand why. They've been dieting for weeks to get into those dresses. That's right. So they're ready for some pizza.
The red carpet is always a big part of the show, and I saw Jennifer Lawrence actually tripped. What is with this woman in heels? She can't get she tripped up the stairs last year, and this year she tripped on the red carpet. But was it treacherous because there was rain there? Here we are getting pummeled with 6 to 8 inches of snow here in Washington, and I'm worried about the poor snow on the red carpet in Hollywood.
You know what? And again, I got to go back to Ellen because she did a good job. She opened the show saying, it's been raining here. Thanks for praying for us here in Los Angeles through the rest of the country. No, the rain wasn't that big of a deal. They have, the industrial strength carpet suckers and blowers and dryers. So, the carpet got wet. It did get wet on Saturday, but they made sure it was dry and nobody had any problems.
Thank God for that.
They have carpet suckers.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank God.
It could, yes.
Thank
Oh,
God.
the humanity. You mentioned it really quickly. Let's go back to it. I mean, we don't know what the ratings are going to be like, but if the social media activity is any indication, a lot of people were paying attention. Ellen DeGeneres goes out into the crowd and puts together this epic selfie, and it got retweeted over 1 million times in 40 minutes, breaking records, brought the Twitter servers down. Who was in this selfie?
You had Brad Pitt and you had Angelina Jolie. Meryl Streep snuck in there. Bradley Cooper was the one who was taking it. I think Jennifer Lawrence was in there, and some other people's heads were kind of. Julia Roberts, I think, was.
Yeah, and Kevin. Well. I'm looking at it now. Kevin Spacey is there as well, and Jared Leto.
My favorite person in there is Lupita Nyong'o's brother. She's the one from 12 Years a Slave. She won Best Supporting Actress, but her brother was the one who kind of snuck in there.
Thank you. I was wondering who that guy was. That is hilarious.
And he's got now the best picture in the world. I mean, that thing is a memory he can frame for sure.
So I'm looking at it right now. It's now hit over 2 million retweets, which is a record for Twitter. That's kind of a cool way to get the social media interaction going.
Absolutely, and social media is good, but they've been trying hard on things like that, and social media does not always translate into ratings. In fact, it rarely does. So, social media is something that happens kind of on the side of a show, but it doesn't drive tune-in. So I'll be interested to see what those ratings are.
It'd be interesting to see. Well, listen, we thank you so much. When's the last time you slept?
It's it's been a while. I need some of that pizza from Ellen, and I need to deliver some coffee, something.
All right. Well, listen, thank you, Jason. We greatly appreciate you joining us.